my gosh, guys, I'm so lucky.
This is the funniest fake Minecraft speedrun ever, because the way this speedrunner tries to cheat is absolutely hilarious. So the speedrun begins with the runner spawning directly next to a ruined portal, and at a first glance, everything actually looks pretty legit, as the runner is selecting the very first slot in their inventory, and he also spawned in facing perfectly straight. But hold on a second, pause the footage. Did you catch that? If we go ahead and replay the runner's world generation, let's pause at the exact moment the runner spawns in, where you can clearly see that he is somehow missing a single sliver of hunger. But fast forward just one frame later, and the runner suddenly has a completely full hunger bar. Well, not only does this prove that the runner made a cut in their recording, but it actually means he's been on the world before he started filming, which will make a lot more sense very soon. So, the speedrun begins with the runner collecting wood, crafting a few tools, and going to loot the ruined portal chest. And inside, the runner actually finds some pretty normal items. But hold on a second, did you see that? While the runner is casually grabbing the items from this chest, notice how this block of crying obsidian suddenly turns to normal obsidian. And not only is it impossible for a block to magically transform, but you'll understand why the runner does this incredibly soon. Well, the runner grabs all the loot from the ruins portal before making his way towards a nearby village. And at this exact moment in the speedrun, take a second to look and see if you notice what's fake about this village. That's right, if you look a bit closer at this specific village house, a cartographer house, you'll actually notice a chest has spawned in. This is the problem. A cartographer house spawns with a chest in literally every single biome besides a desert biome, which means the only possible way the runner found one inside is if he placed it himself off camera. So, the runner makes his way inside the village, and after killing the iron golem and collecting a few beds, he of course makes his way towards the suspicious chest. And inside, he finds some pretty standard stuff. Paper, bread, the swordy McSword face. What?
Wait, what? Oh my gosh, let's go.
And not only is this weapon clearly not real, but don't worry, the runner is going to use it in a hilarious way later in the run. So, after collecting all the loot that he needs in the desert village, the runner quickly makes his way back to the ruins portal. But hold on a second. Pause the footage. Am I the only one who notices this random blaze in the corner of the screen? Okay, wait a second. It's quite simply impossible for a blaze to spawn anywhere besides the nether. How in the world is this possible?
Whoa, blaze? Must be a glitch, I guess.
Well, I guess let's just ignore it for now, as the runner returns to the ruined portal and prepares to spawn into the nether. Hold on a second. If you rewind the footage to right before the runner noticed the blaze, take a quick glance at the portal. There's clearly one block of crying obsidian left at the top of it. But as the runner is moving towards it, this block of crying obsidian somehow turns into real obsidian, which leads me to believe this blaze was all one big distraction for the runner to cheat. But how in the world is the runner magically changing blocks of crying obsidian into obsidian? Well, the runner finishes the portal, spawns into the nether, and begins searching for a nether fortress. And he actually manages to find one pretty quickly, but there's just one problem. This fortress is located extremely far below the speedrunner, meaning if he tried to jump as a way to get there, he'd clearly die from fall damage. Well, the runner decides to pull out a single bottle of enchanting he must have got earlier in the run, and literally throws it off the edge and towards the fortress.
I just want to test something out. Let's see if this works.
Okay, why in the world is he wasting a bottle of enchanting? Oh my god! The runner is somehow teleported directly into the fortress. And let me replay that. This bottle of enchanting somehow managed to teleport the speedrunner. I am so confused. So, the runner makes his way inside the fortress, where he starts looking for a blaze spawner like any normal speedrunner. But I think this guy has come up with a slightly different plan, because he decides to randomly start mining into this wall and what? Finds a room with the magical Blaze?
Oh, it's the magical Minecraft Blaze.
Who instantly starts giving the runner an insane amount of blaze rods. And not only is this Blaze clearly just another player wearing a Blaze skin, but the runner's reaction is hilarious.
Guys, I'm the luckiest player in Minecraft history. Oh my gosh.
So, after collecting 2 entire stacks of blaze rods from the magical Blaze, a normal speedrunner would then begin searching for a bastion. But on his way, the runner gets distracted by this incredibly suspicious bit of soul sand on the ground.
Huh, this soul sand looks kinda interesting. Am I wrong?
Well, the runner decides to pull out some flint and steel, where he slowly makes his way towards it. And that's when... What? The runner somehow creates a portal out of thin air that has somehow managed to actually light. Alright, I'm almost certain a soul sand portal was not part of the new update. But not only that, because when the runner jumps in this portal, oh my gosh. He is teleported directly into a bastion. What in the world is going on with this speedrun? So, the runner makes his way into the bastion, where he quickly crafts an iron pickaxe, collects some gold blocks, and starts to trade with a group of nearby piglins. And no, nothing about these piglins are fake in the slightest, as the runner collects completely normal loot for every single trade. Well, hold on a second. Did you just catch that? While the runner is casually in the bastion, a chest quite literally spawns out of nowhere. And hold on, I'll replay the footage. You can clearly see there aren't any cuts in the recording, so how in the world did it just spawn on its own? But secondly, when the runner makes his way towards the chest and goes to loot it, oh my gosh, it's literally filled with stacks of ender pearls. And there is no way the runner thinks we're going to believe his excuse.
Guys, oh my gosh, I think there was this magical glitch and the bastion spawned a chest.
This is just hilarious. So, with more than enough blaze rods and more than enough ender pearls, the runner quickly builds his portal and makes his way back towards the overworld. But as the speedrunner is spawning back in, I want you to watch what happens extremely closely. Did you catch it? Well, I'll replay it in slow motion and see if you catch it this time. That's right, the runner initially spawns back into the overworld in a plains biome, but literally just 1 frame later, he's now somehow in a desert biome, which means the runner has once again made a cut in his recording. And that's when the runner says this.
Alright guys, I saw this hack on TikTok that basically says if you spin in a circle 3 times, you will actually generate a stronghold.
Is this guy serious? Well, he must actually believe the TikTok, because he clearly spins in a circle 3 times, which apparently has generated a stronghold. So the runner starts digging down to check if the stronghold actually spawned. What? The runner drops directly into a stronghold. Does that mean that the TikTok hack actually worked? Well, unfortunately not. Because I think it's obvious the reason the runner cut his footage just a few seconds ago was so he could go off camera and locate the stronghold in spectator mode, and then pretended to spawn in this desert biome the entire time because the stronghold was located under that exact area. So no, this TikTok hack is completely fake. So, the runner enters the strongholds, where he immediately begins to search for the location of the end portal room. And while it may look like he located it completely normal to the average player, there's one tiny detail which actually confirms he was cheating. Because take a close look at this specific stronghold's wall, where you can actually spot a singular stone button. And not only does a stone button not spawn naturally in this part of a stronghold, but the runner has actually been following them all the way to the end portal room. My guess is the runner's friend who was pretending to be a Blaze place earlier in the run actually was the one to place these stone buttons in the stronghold to remind the runner the exact direction the end portal room was located. So, the runner enters the end portal room, where he crafts some eyes, lights the portal, and spawns into the end. And before things get absolutely insane, it's important to note that his spawn into the end is actually normal. As the runner gets the achievement for entering into the end, we can clearly see he's in survival mode, and the Ender Dragon quite obviously still has full health. But wait just a second, I missed one other thing. Because let's replay the footage of the runner spawning into the end, and tell me if you can catch what happened. That's right, the speedrunner's timer literally jumps back 6 seconds in time, which means the runner has of course made a cut in his recording. Here's my question. After literally cheating throughout the entire Minecraft speedrun, was it really necessary to save 6 extra seconds? Come on dudes, seriously? Well, here's where things get absolutely insane. Because do you remember back near the very beginning of the speedrun when the runner found the swordy mixed sword face? Well, the runner pulls it out, and despite the Ender Dragon quite literally being at full health, the runner uses this weapon and manages to one-shot it. Click a video on screen now to watch even funnier fake Minecraft speedruns.